Hi. I think we're live. That's good. We've got 3 people waiting, 4 people waiting. I think that's good to see you. I'm just going to wait for a minute or two so that we can get maybe 1 or 2 others joining in. I was a little bit late getting the link out this morning, so sorry about that. If you'd like to say a little comment, you should be able to just type something underneath. So I'm going to type something. Hello, everyone. Hopefully that's come through. So if you're there, write me a message, let me know who's watching. It'd be good to hear from you. It's very strange doing this, that it seems like I'm just speaking to nobody, but I know that there are people out there. So please click like, give us a wave, give us a comment, it'd be good to see you. Just while we're waiting for a few more people to join in, what we're going to do this morning, we're going to do 1 or 2 short songs, just some fun stuff with a few actions maybe. And then we're going to focus for the last sort of 15-20 minutes of the rehearsal. We're going to focus on the With You song. So half the rehearsal, probably a little bit, so just fun, just some fun stuff for any age group really that wants to join in. And then the With You song, if you've got your music, we're going to look at that a little bit later on. Hi Janice, good to see you. Good morning to you. I think we've got 1 or 2 other people joining us as well. That's fantastic. Good to see you. Give us, Lisa, good morning. Now, Lisa, I have to tell you, she was one of the first people to get in her recording for the With You song. So she's done her homework, she's learnt it, she's recorded it. In fact, I think she set up a bit of a recording studio in her house. So you don't have to do that, by the way. You can just record it on your phone or on a tablet, and I'll talk to you a bit more about that later on. But we're going to just do some fun stuff first of all. So while we're waiting for people to join in, I'm just going to move back a little bit and I'm going to just tilt the camera. I hope you can still hear me. So I'm just going to do a little bit of a stretch up like that. A nice tall stretch as far as you can, right up to the ceiling. I'm right up by my ceiling. It's quite low. And then arms down and just roll your shoulders forwards. That's great. And backwards. Okay, and I know this is Janice's favourite, so I'm going to do this. This is where we touch our nose, and we get our other hand, we go around the front, we put our hands on our shoulders, and on the count of 3, we're going to do a swap over. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Try not to poke your eye out. We're going to do that again. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. And just a bit of a stretch, touch your shoulders, nice stretch up, and just roll your shoulders right the way back and right the way forward, up to your ears, and relax. Keep everything nice and relaxed. And if you sat down, like most of you probably are, although I don't know, maybe you are stood up, what you need to do is perhaps try and stand from the waist up. So from your waist up to your shoulders, it's almost as if you're standing. So that posture is still really, really good. Lisa says, we haven't heard it yet. No, I haven't actually. I think Crystal has got all of the recordings that we've had so far. So keep them coming in. I thought what we'd do, just to begin with, is to just do a few vowels. So we'll just go, your turn, go. Your turn. Your turn. And again. And again. Back to We'll do one more. Back to R. And again. If you can get all the way down there, I'm not sure. Now, I thought you will need to have some space for this next little bit. So you might want to maybe just sit down and have space to stand up and sit down, because what we're going to do is we're going to do My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean, which I think maybe most of you know the words to this. I'm just going to sing it you through just in case you're not sure. It goes like this. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. My Bonnie lies over the sea. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. So bring back my Bonnie to me. Bring back, oh bring back my Bonnie to me, Bring back, oh bring back my Bonnie to me. I reckon most of you know that. So we'll just sing it all the way through together. Then I'm going to give you something else to do with it. So here we go. 1 and 2. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. My Bonnie lies over the sea. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. So bring back my Bonnie to me. Bring back, oh bring back my Bonnie to me. Bring back, oh bring back my Bonnie to me. Okay, great. A few more people watching now. That's good. Give us a comment down the side. Be lovely to hear from you. Now, I'm going to do that one more time. But this time, this is why you need some space. What we're going to do is every time there's a word that begins with the letter B, you either stand back up or you sit down. So, for example, my Bonnie lies over the ocean. My Bonnie lies over the sea. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. So bring back my Bonnie to me. So you're going to end up going up and down a fair bit. And then bring back, oh bring back my Bonnie to me, Now a little tip, if you're doing this right, if you're sitting down at the beginning, then if you end the way you started, then you've done it right. So, let's have a go. Ready? My Bonnie, ready. I'll give you a little introduction. Here we go. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. My Bonnie lies over the sea. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. So bring back my Bonnie to me. Bring back, oh bring back my Bonnie to me, Bring back, oh bring back my Bonnie to me. How did you get on? Did you do the actions? Give me a comment down the side, let me know how you get on. If you were maybe in the front window or something and maybe somebody was walking past and watching. Thankfully, nobody can see me from here, so I'm quite glad about that. They might be able to hear me though. Right, I've got another new warm-up for you, which is a bit of fun, and I've pinched this from David Lawrence. I was on Twitter earlier this week, and I saw David Lawrence doing this warm-up for the London Symphony Chorus, and I thought, well, if they can do it, we can do it. And hi, Sarah, nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. So I thought that we would have a go at this morning, and it's called I've Got Music in My Soul Today. And it goes like this. I've got music in my soul today, makes me feel so good, I've got to say, sing and everything will be okay. I've got music in my soul today, makes me feel so good, I've got to say, sing and everything will be okay. Dead easy. So we're just going to learn this together for now. So if I say the words and you say them back to me, there's only 3 lines, so I think we can probably manage this. I've got music in my soul today. Good, well done. A little bit louder so I can hear you. Makes me feel so good, I've got to say. Sing and everything will be okay. Okay, good. Once more. I've got music in my soul today. Makes me feel so good, I've got to say. Sing and everything will be okay. Good. So, if I sing you a line and you sing it me back. So, I've got music in my soul today. Makes me feel so good, I've got to say. Sing and everything will be okay. So there's a nice octave leap in that, actually. Sing and everything will be okay. So we'll just do that one more time to check we've got the word. So again, my turn, your turn. I've got music in my soul today. Makes me feel so good, I've got to say. Sing and everything will be okay. And actually what we can do is we can put a sneaky extra word in at the end of the third line. If we put an and in, it'll link back to line 1. So we could go, sing and everything will be okay, and I've got music in my soul today. So it means you can't really take a breath if you add that word in between line 3 and going back to line 1. So let's have a go. We'll sing it through together. I've got music. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got music in my soul today. Makes me feel so good, I've got to say. Sing and everything will be okay. And I've got music in my soul today. Makes me feel so good, I've got to say. Sing and everything will be okay. How did you get on? You can actually do this as a round. So if there's someone else in your house, go and grab them, go and get them to come and join in, because there are 3 lines and you can basically just sing those a line apart. So if there's someone else in your house, get them to join in. And if not, you can join in with me and just be a line later than me if you like, and then you'll get some harmony. Great, we've got some more people joining us. Good to see you. Keep the comments coming. It's nice to have comments because otherwise I feel like I'm just talking to my piano. Which does need tuning. And I have to say, today is the last day that you will get to hear the piano out of tune. I have got the tuner coming this afternoon, so I will do some good social distancing. I shall head into the garden for a bit, let him just tune the piano, and the next time you hear it, it will be sounding beautiful. I'm not sure about the pianist, though. That's the only thing. Can't really tune me up. So, let's try it 3 times through. Here we go. Ready? 2, 3. Have you remembered the words, by the way? I've got music in my soul today. It's the first line. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got music in my soul today. Makes me feel so good, I've got to say. Sing and everything will be okay. I've got music in my soul today. Makes me feel so good, I've got to say. Sing and everything will be okay. And I've got music in my soul today. Makes me feel so good, I've got to say. Sing and everything will be okay. There we go. That's another new one to do. That'll be good to do when we go back. And we're back in reality and everybody's singing together. So you might want to get your music out for With You. If you've got that with you, if you've got the music with you for With You, we're going to be looking at that in just a minute. But I thought that maybe, as we might have some younger viewers as well, I thought maybe what we could do was to do a little bit of Drunken Sailor before we look at With You. So just one sec, just going to find my music, which I think was in this book. It was. So, we did this last week. Remember, what shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning. I think you know this, don't you? By the way, have we got Holly watching? I did say I'd give her a shout out. Hi, Holly. I hope you're there. Give us a thumbs up if you are. Nice to see you all. So, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning. Hooray, and up she rises. Hooray, and up she rises. Hooray, and up she rises. Early in the morning. Okay, let's have a go at verse 2. Put him in the longboat till he's sober. Ready? 2, 3, 4. Put him in the longboat till he's sober. Put him in the longboat till he's sober. Put him in the longboat till he's sober. Early in the morning. Hooray, and up she rises. Hooray, and up she rises. Hooray, and up she rises. Early in the morning. Okay, so we've got put him in the scuppers with a hosepipe on him. 2, 3, 4. Put him in the scuppers with a hosepipe on him. Put him in the scuppers with a hosepipe on him. Put him in the scuppers with a hosepipe on him. Early in the morning. Hooray, and up she rises. Hooray, and up she rises. Hooray, and up she rises. Early in the morning. Last verse. That's what to do with a drunken sailor. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what to do with a drunken sailor. That's what to do with a drunken sailor. That's what to do with a drunken sailor. Early in the morning. Hooray, and up she rises. Hooray, and up she rises. Hooray, and up she rises. Early in the morning. Ooh, that is not good, is it? That is a terrible, terrible D. So apologies for that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to have a little look at our virtual choir song. Now, if you're not sure what this is, if you've not been involved in it so far, it's called With You, and it's written by Sarah Kimber, who is one of our music team. She's one of our conductors. She's also a pianist and she's a composer as well. So she's written this song called With You, and you can see all of the song on our YouTube channel. And you can also get all the parts separately as well. So you can learn a part that matches your voice. So we've got the soprano part, an alto part, then we've got a baritone part, which hopefully will suit the men, whether they're tenors or basses. It's sort of in the middle really. So please do go and have a listen, and you can download the score as well from our website, and that's www.scchoirs.org.uk. That's on our homepage, so as soon as you get there you can download the music. And I know lots of you have already downloaded the music, so just a quick swig. Hang on a minute. It's thirsty work, this. And what we're going to do today is we're going to just recap on the beginning of the piece, and then we'll look at the middle section, which is slightly different. So I'm just going to sing you the first little bit, which is verse 1 really, before the chorus starts. Now, when we actually do this for real, the men will sing the first little bit and then the ladies will sing the second bit. I'm going to sing both bits for now. You can join in when it's your bit, or you can join in with both if you fancy it. So. I know that things are going on we can't control. Remember, things will change and we'll have a ball. We're all learning how to live a different way, and at the end we'll shake hands and we'll say. So up to there, that is unison. So we have a unison male part and a unison female line as well. And this virtual choir piece is hopefully going to be finished and recorded by the end of the month. So you need to learn your parts and get them sent into us. And then we're going to try and get a bit of publicity, maybe contact the local radio and maybe Midlands Today as well. It'd be really good to get this out there, because Sarah's written this especially for the situation that we're in at the moment. So it's one of those tricky situations where we can't actually rehearse it together, but hopefully we will hear everybody sing it together at some point, albeit artificially. So let's join in with that bit together then. I know that things, if you want to sing, if you're a lady and you're singing, it's a bit low for you, that bit, hence it's really the male part to sing. So if you you can join in if you can get that low, and then come in with your bit next. So men, I know that things, ready, 1, 2, 3 and 4. I know that things are going on we can't control. Remember, things will change and we'll have a ball. We're all learning how to live a different way, and at the end we'll shake hands and we'll say. Now when we get to this point, this is where we get the lovely harmonies, because the melody line, it's the music kept us going through the darkest times. Music kept us going even when we were inside. The hope of singing this with you has been on my mind all the way through, and I'm glad I can sing with you. So yours is nice and straightforward because yours just follows the melody. Everyone else's is slightly different. So I'm just going to do the alto line from the chorus. It's the music kept us going through the darkest time. Music kept us going even when we were inside. Hope all way through. Glad I can sing with you. So the alto part and the baritone part are slightly different when we get to the bit where the sopranos sing, and the hope of singing this with you has been on my mind. When they do that nice bit that goes up, this is where we've got slightly different parts to join in with. So altos, let's just have a go with you. It's the music kept, after 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. It's the music kept us going through the darkest time. Music kept us going even when we were inside. Oh, all way through. Glad I can sing with you. Okay, let's see if you can do that with the accompaniment. Ready? 1, 2, 3 and 4. It's the music kept us going through the darkest times. Music kept us going even when we were inside. Oh, all way through. Glad I can sing with you. Well done, great job. Now the men, from the same part. It's the music kept us going through the darkest time. You'll need to really take lots of breath for this, because actually, as a bass, this is right at the top of my register. It's the music kept us going through the darkest times. Music kept us going even when we were inside. Hope all way through. Glad I can sing with you. Okay, should we try that again? It's the music, ready, 2, 3 and 4. It's the music kept us going through the darkest times. Music kept us going even when we were inside. All way through. Glad I can sing with you. Okay, so I think hopefully we've all got that now. We did spend a fair bit of time on that last week. The verses then are very similar to verse 1, the next bit that we get in where the men come in. Don't forget to have lots of fun on the way. Speak to friends and family and then you can say. It's just like the beginning, isn't it? Then we've got, Come to the party when all this will end. We'll all shake hands, hug, and we'll say. Now that bit's interesting because you've got an offbeat. So you've got, we'll all shake hands, hug, and we'll say. And then you come in with the chorus. So get practicing that bit. What I'm actually going to focus on mainly today is the middle bit, because this is slightly different to everything else, and it'd be quite useful just to practice that. So if you are in your music, if you're looking at the music on page 3, the very, very last bit of the chorus, where the sopranos sing, and I'm glad I can sing with, you'll notice there's no word you there, so we don't sing the word you. So altos, glad I can sing with, and then you have the bar's rest, as you can see, and then the men, glad, oh sorry, I'm giving you the wrong notes, glad I can sing with, and you have the bar's rest too. So we'll look at the soprano part. First of all, no one can take away that we share memories. No one can take away the fun that we have shared. No one can take away that summer be together. No one will take away you're always there. It's quite tricky to get all those words in, but if you look ahead, and see them coming. The words we've got are, no one can take away that we share memories. No one can take away the fun that we have shared. And then we've got, no one can take away that soon we'll be together. No one can take away you're always there. So we'll just try that again. So my turn, your turn. No one can take away that we share memories. Your turn, and. Good. No one can take away the fun that we have shared. Your turn. No one can take away the fun that we have shared. Good. No one can take away that soon we'll be together. Your turn. No one can take away that soon we'll be together. And then the last bit's slightly different. No one can take away you're always there. And no one can take away you're always there. Now, while you're doing that, the alto and the baritone line, pretty straightforward because you just repeat the same words. No one take away. The notes are slightly different in places. So alto line, you hear this first of all. So you've got no one can take away, no one take away, no one take away, no one take away. So it's slightly different at the end. Did you notice I was playing you the soprano line as well there, just to show you how that fits together? So let's just try that. I'll play the soprano line and I'll sing the alto line, hopefully. No one take away, no one take away, no one take away. Okay, let's put the baritone part in, and your part fits exactly with the alto line. Same sort of phrase really, but the notes are different. So, no one take away. Is that right? No one take away. I'm reading the wrong clef. So we've got no one can take away. No one take away. No one take away. No one take away. Yes. I almost played you the wrong note. So actually, for the baritone line, it's the same, apart from the very last time. Because the very last time you sing, no one take away. That's because the chord changes when you get to that bit. So let's see if we can put the alto line and the baritone together at the same time. We should get that, hopefully. Am I right? Just checking these notes. Yes. Okay, so no one can take away. 2, 3, 4. Last time. Oh. Yeah. It's really difficult doing 3 things at once. Trying to read the music, play 2 parts. I don't know how Chris does it. I honestly don't. Probably that's why I'm a conductor and not a pianist. Anyway, let's just put that together then. So, sopranos, can you sing your bit? No one can take away that we share memories. I'll just put that little bit in, and then the baritone and the alto part. So, no one take away. So baritones, you need to start right up there, unless you're singing an octave lower. No one take away. That might be a little bit too low for some of you, but if you can get down there, that's fine. So keep it going. So here we go. From that part, 1, 2, 3, 4. No one can take away. No one can take away. No one can take away. Good. Now the next bit is basically the same. So the sopranos. No one can take away that we share memories. No one can take away the fun that we have shared. No one can take away that soon we'll be together. Now your last bit is slightly different because we're getting ready to go back to the chorus. So your last bit, no one can take that away. So it's slightly different to what you did earlier. No one can take that away. It's the music kept us going. Then you're back to where we were. So the other parts are similar as well. So alto, no one take away. No one take away. Just like before, no one take away. But your last one, no one take away. That's completely different to anything else you've already sung in that little middle section. So you have to be careful there to make sure you get to that note, because your chord at that point needs to fit together. The gents, you're going to go, no one take away. No one take away. And again, no one take away. No one take away. Whoops. No one take away. It's music. Then you're back to the chorus as well. So your last one, gents. No one take away. You hear that in the chord. It actually makes more sense, really, when everyone else is playing or singing. So we're going to go back to no one can take away. So this is bar 47 if you've got the music in front of you. And see if you can put your extra bits in if you're singing alto and baritone. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. No one can take away the shared memories. No one can take away the fun that we have shared. No one can take away the fun that we together. No one can take that away. Oh, no one can take away. You're always there. I forgot that bit. I was in the next bit. I was in the zone, right in the zone. Let's do that again. No one. Ready? 2, 3, and 4. No one can take away that soon we'll be together. No one can take. You're always there. Carry on. No one will take away that we share memories. No one can take away the fun that we have shared. No one can take away that soon we'll be together. No one can take that away. And the chorus. Let's have a go. 2, 3. It's the music kept us going through the darkest time. Music kept us going even when we were inside. The hope of singing this with you has been on my mind all the way through. And I'm glad I can sing with you. Yeah, it's really hard doing this just with one person. I'm not sure if you were actually singing your part along with me. Shall we just before we wrap it up and finish with something else, let's go back to the top of page 3. No one can take away that no one can take away that we share memories. That bit, and we'll see if we can get the altos to do the no one take away, no one take away, and all that bit that you do. And then the men, no one take away. See if you can just add that part in. I'm going to sing the melody just because that will help hopefully keep everything together. And we'll go right through to the end, and we'll see whether we can make it all fit. So, here we go. 3, 2, 3, 4. No one can take away that we share memories. No one can take away the fun that we have shared. No one can take away that soon we'll be together. No one can take away you're always there. No one can take away that song and memories. No one can take away the fun that we have shared. No one can take away that soon we'll be together. No one can take that away. It's the music kept us going through the darkest time. Music kept us going even when we were inside. The hope of singing this with you has been on my mind all the way through. And I'm glad I can sing with you. Sing with you. There's a little bit of Elton John, I feel, there at the end. Don't you think? Yes. Well, anyway, I'm hoping that this is helping you a little bit. As I say, it's really difficult to do this in this situation. But I'm hoping that at least we've teased out some of the parts and some of the rhythms and the geography of the piece and how it fits together. The best thing you can do, though, is go and listen to the rehearsal tracks and keep learning your part. And just have it on in the background. And the more you listen to it all the way through, the more you'll just remember everything that you're doing. Thank you, Sarah. Thanks for the claps. Anybody else want to give us a comment? That would be great. I thought maybe we might finish with something else. Yes, on my list. Now, this is something that we did last year, which you may or may not have the music to, and that doesn't matter. And this is How Sweet the Sound. And it goes like this. Amazing grace, amazing grace, amazing grace. How sweet the sound, amazing grace, amazing grace, amazing grace. How sweet the sound. Do you remember it? If you're already a member of SC Choirs, I think we did this last summer. We've definitely done it before. That's part 1 anyway. Part 2 goes, I was lost but now I'm found. Now I'm found. I was lost but now I'm found. Now I'm found. Slightly different at the end there. And then the last bit goes, I was blind but now to the beginning. Amazing grace, amazing grace, amazing grace. How sweet the sound, amazing grace, amazing grace, amazing grace. How sweet the sound. I was lost but now I'm found. Now I'm found. I was lost but now I'm found. Now I'm found. I was oh, now I see. I was blind, now I see. We might have another go at that sometime. We'll perhaps add in some harmony, and any of those three parts actually can fit together to make a beautiful piece when we put it all together. So thank you for joining me. I really hope this is helpful and that it's worth doing. I think what we're going to do next week, though, and you might have got this in an email already today, rather than do just one YouTube on a Thursday, we're going to do 3 live YouTubes each week. And what we're going to do is we're going to try and make them age appropriate, because it's actually quite hard to do a session like this when we might have 5 or 6 year olds joining in with the adults. And it's great to have that family that we have with the choirs, which we obviously do in some of our concerts. We mix everybody up. But what we're going to try is from next week at 5 o'clock in the evening on Monday and on Thursday, we're going to look at juniors and little voices, that kind of age group. So 4, 5, 6 up to about age 9 for half an hour on Monday at 5 o'clock. Then on Thursday, we're going to look at the intermediates and seniors age, and we're going to do some stuff for them. And then on Fridays at 7 o'clock, so a little bit later for the adults, we're going to do some stuff, some SATB stuff that we can make a bit more tricky for the adults. And actually some of the seniors might want to join in with that as well. So look out for that from next week. Hopefully that will mean that we can just do a bit more interaction and get more people joining us, and hopefully maybe getting some new recruits for September. So thank you again for joining me. Keep the comments coming, keep the singing going, keep the recordings coming in. And just briefly, 1 or 2 people were asking about how you should record yourself. What you really need to do is to put an earpiece in, maybe through your phone or a tablet or something like that, and then get your laptop or another device and record just your voice. We don't want you to record the backing track because we already have that recorded. So the reason that you need an earpiece is because you can hear the backing track, so you know what pitch to sing and what timing is like. So everybody will be singing at exactly the same speed then. So your device will actually only record your voice. It might sound a bit strange just hearing yourself, but don't let that put you off, because what will happen is all of the voices will be mixed together and it will sound like a choir. So it won't be like you singing a solo really, even though it is when you're at home. So keep it coming in, and we look forward to receiving them. We've already got 1 or 2 in already, so thanks for those. And I'm going to sign off now. I'm going to have a cup of coffee and something to eat, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks all, and bye for now.